Hello and welcome to Goa 365's Face to Face. With me is a known figure, a celebrity of sorts, and a celebrity, a full-blown celebrity of Konkani films. The creative director of award-winning film Kaajro, Mr. Rajesh Pednekar. Rajesh Bab, welcome to our show. I would like to know a little bit about how you all arrived on the name Kaajro, the plot. Generally, how Kaajro was conceptualized. Rajesh Bab.
Kaajro is there is a tree which is called Kaajro, which is bitter. Everything fruit of it is bitter, everything of the bitter. So the story what the Kaajro has, the film has, we found that that story would be appropriate for the name Kaajro, because it has got a lot of relevance in terms of characteristics of that tree. So then the whole story was complete, and then the name came out that Kaajro is the right word. The bitter tree. It's a bitter truth, actually, what has been depicted.
But this concept and the film, obviously, it went down very well, not just with the critics but with the audiences, and that's the reason why you got the national award, and you being the so what do you feel for that? Will that see, K Sera also is a critically acclaimed film, no doubt. We'll get into that later. But with Kaajro, do you think that it will help Konkani films, given that and the slowly initial films were there, the plot was good, concept was good, but quality, production, filming not so good. So slowly Konkani film has improved on all fronts. So do you think that this will give a fillip, and will it give a platform for Konkani film on the Indian stage, and probably to the diaspora outside the country also?
In Konkani films, there are very good Konkani films now, which is getting produced. Great directors Konkani has, and it's already, because several films, the Konkani films, have started winning national awards, several awards outside the country. So it's like a Konkani. It's a really appreciable, with a lot of good directors, Goan directors doing this, and producers also coming to produce such type of films, which has, sometimes it doesn't have a commercial market, and they're good for festivals, of course, they're good for critics, by and large people, who love arts, so they would love more, but still, people are putting some money into it to create a good art. So Kaajro is another the latest thing which has happened, has a great art, a great story, great technicalities, and great performances, and it's an overall good production setup. And of course, we never wanted to make anything that would create a sensation topic or something like that. No. Now this topic, we took it from, it was a germ from which happened in Bihar. There was a person, his wife expired, so he didn't have any help, or didn't get money, was problems, and nobody helped him. So then he had to carry his wife on his back to the burial grounds. So this had come in paper or somewhere in the news and all in 2018, 17 or something, 18, 17. So then we took that one, myself and my friend Raju Shinde thought about this, that this would be a nice film and nice germ in order to create the human relationships, human values, which reflects all around the world. So this was a germ, but we never wanted that this is happening in Goa, this is happening in India, or something like that. It's a problem all over the world. It's like a discrimination. It can be racism on basis of color, caste, creed, also in terms of monetary. It's basically one human treating the other human indifferently. So it's not only because of the that he is Dalit or he is this, he is that, he is black or he is white. It's basically in anything which will give discrimination. So this film is the representation of that discrimination, which happens all over the world, all over the globe.
Yes, Rajesh Bab, I would like to ask you now. Obviously, you're going to be very. I mean, it's your baby ultimately. Kaajro is your baby. But what were the performances which struck you in the film? So you could give us a general gist of the actors, the acting, and the performances, powerful performances from what we've heard, which have been critically, very critically reviewed well, very well reviewed. Could you give us a general gist of the performances of your actors, actresses?
Yeah, yeah. In fact, this film is all on also the performances. We have two
Characters, yes.
main characters. Yeah. One is Telugu, it's called, and the other one is wife Gokula. The chemistry between them. Another thing is performances, challenges for as an actor. You know, they both, Vittal Kai and Jyoti Panchar has performed brilliantly into this film, because another challenge is this film is 2 hours uncut film, almost uncut, you know, uncut
Wow,
film.
that's
Yeah,
some feat.
yeah. So the challenge with the actors, technicians, and actors, they have to be ready. They have to be performing. There is no retake. Absolutely, there is no retake. What's happening is happening. You know, of course, there was 22 days long rehearsals. Every day we were rehearsing
Wow.
the same route where the camera will go. Camera is traveling in the water. Traveling there. So for an actor, he has to be very, very alert. And last minute challenges are there, because when the camera is going, camera is on the rig. It's a camera, they are holding it. And behind the camera is all directors, DOP, assistant directors, assistant DOP, then the sound guy. So almost around 7-8 people behind the camera. And when they're following the actor, director is also telling the actor, last minute challenges. I think, Ari, you just go to the left. I think there's problem there, so you go to the left. So actor has to listen to that commentary of his director, and still he has to be in the role. He has to be the character. He's listening to he's listening to the instructions given by them, maybe from the DOP, but then they are listening and they are still performing. And it's not a very light film. And it's an intense film. And the situation where he's going, his dead wife is on his back and he's moving everything. He has to maintain that zone of his, that pathos zone, where he's feeling bad, or, you know. And the best thing is his wife is on his back and he's talking to her as if she's alive, because he doesn't have anybody. So those performances are the great, and of course other, like the whole village, the actors from Bicholim, Sakli, Walpoi, we had taken those actors from some people from Ponda, but they have done an extremely good job. And with this type of film, you need to be very, very alert. It's only not the performance, you need alert actors for this. But I really
Basically character actors, right? Because it's basically it's a character film. You have to literally be the role, be the character, literally, right?
Yeah, you're just a villager. You have to be villager. You're talking easy. Everything is easy, you know. So it becomes difficult to act naturally is more difficult than doing drama style.
Absolutely, yeah. Now, moving on from Kaajro, I would like to see we are Goans, right? And Konkani is supposed to be our mother tongue. So we would like to see films like See, there are, as you said, I agree with you that today films are coming up. Konkani films are coming up, whatever. The top ones are going to the, but culture is not, top ones are going to the top. Obviously, they are being critically acclaimed and they are getting awards and they are being shown. Like K Sera was shown at IFFI, it premiered at IFFI, all that. But what I'm saying is culture does not only mean the top films. Culture means different types of films, different types of performances. But why is that? Do we see? Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I know I'm treading on slightly sticky ground here. But why is it that it is not really taken off in Goa? The general total culture. There are very brilliant actors, good musicians, good choreographers. They've done some of them have done very well in Bombay. They're there in Bollywood. You know what I'm talking about. But in Goa itself, it's an issue. Why?
There's nothing of that sort, and the crowd is limited, audience are limited, and in that Konkani films, only one community tries to support it, and they come to watch those movies. Especially Catholics are more supporting Konkani films. I would like to say this bluntly, and there are very few Hindus come for Konkani films. Okay, though they know that they are national award winners, very great movies, and I have tried to pursue a lot of course, people. As an actor, I have got a lot of well-wisher audience. They come for the movies, but then I really appreciate Catholic community for supporting Konkani films, and I'm sure in very soon, recent times now, that Hindus also will start watching, and I really tell them that they are really good films. They are top of the line, which are getting national award and internationally they are acclaimed. That must be something to be watched. Not only Bollywood movies are good as a time pass, but and that's how you support your language, you support your state, and also very important is the government support. And because of this, there are restrictions on recovering the finances put it in the movie. So then government has a film finance scheme. But what happens with that also, it comes after 5 years, 6 years, money comes after 5 years, 6 years. So nobody tries to dare go for producing movies because the outcome is not there. But then if government gives, like every year, it makes it regular, just like Maharashtra and several other states. They distribute finance every year. So if that is a regular feature, then there are a lot of people will try to put more facilities, post facilities, for which we have to run to Bombay for doing it. But it can be done here, it will be cheaper, traveling expenses will be saved, our technicians will be developed here, there will be more and more better lights will be here, more and more better camera, then more light boys. There's several actors also, and behind the actors are a lot technicians will be developed. So facilities will be developed. So then if it happens every year, then people will be feeling, okay, I don't mind, there are a lot of movies are getting produced here, so then I don't mind putting a studio.
Basically, what is happening is the finance is becoming an issue because you put in money, you put in just a ballpark figure, you put in say 1 crore and you get the returns of this 1 crore, even though the government is supposed to at least in theory help you out, you get this after 5 years. Basically, it's become already 3 crores. One. Second thing, there is no, regional films. There is no audience. So some awareness has to be made. People have to be, brought in, roped in, culture. So these two things basically, if I understood right, these two things are not happening in the state, right?
How people will get aware about it? One is social media, one is the newspaper and all those things, But then how much can be done? Because everything will cost money. We try to have a lot of advertisement in the paper, and not all the papers it can be put. it's not like Bollywood movie that get released every Friday with a budget of several crores for the advertisements, and then they start recovering it in 3-4 days because it is getting released all over India and abroad also. But here, Konkani movie moves with the word of mouth.
So once that, but y'all don't get money, easy money, like how, for example, MSMEs or startups, they get they from the banks, and then they have a moratorium of a couple 2 years, like agriculture or something. Some scheme like that is not there also for your film finance.
No, there is no scheme here in Goa that they give it money for films. They can give you money. They may not give her the film. They will say they take money, mortgage your house, or mortgage your things and all.
Absolutely.
And they'll say, okay, take the movie.
No. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about the film industry. Why should you mortgage a house for a business? I mean, you mortgage. I mean, whatever. Like EDC, for example, like EDC, which is a government funded, government financed. If the government can give land for industries to people from outside, see, most of the industries, the land has been given, whether it is an IIT or whether it's land is being given to people who are not local. So it's not local culture, it's nothing. We talk about Sanskruti and culture, our ministers have a way of throwing those words around, but nothing like that for Goan culture, Goan films.
Yeah, I appreciate you are getting this point, that somebody coming, some financial institutions coming and financing, there is no scheme yet, because I know they won't risk it because they know it's not an industry, but it becomes a regular affair. I'm saying that even if we get those film finance scheme every year, it is distributed. I think that would be first big step. But first,
that's a subsidy part.
Yeah. Then subsidy. I think, then the financial institutions know that yes, this is a regular affair, and on their capabilities of producing the movies, they may think of financing. But here it is like they know that this is not an industry at all till it doesn't become industry as per. It is easy to give name as industry, but no, it's not industry. I have been into this. Industry is not like this.
Rajesh Bab, I agree with you, but see, I agree and I disagree. I'll tell you why. See, now an industry in the way it's run in Goa, it's not. Totally agree. But films is big industry. You start with the H, the big H, Hollywood, Bollywood, Tollywood. Could easily be Konkani wood. See, I'm talking about, it is an industry. It's not an industry in Goa. In Goa, it's not an industry. That's what you're trying to say.
It's not industry in Goa. I'm talking about, people say, oh, you're Goan industry, Goan film, our Goan film industry. I said, where is the industry? Who is earning, I think, money here? Neither actors, we have the technicians, producers, not earning money.
See, government has got institutions. Government has got so many cooperatives where it is dishing out money left, right, and center. Why doesn't the EDC have a wing? Why doesn't so many schemes are there for the government, which the government is giving out to local people to make some to set up some units. That way, the government can easily set up something under an MSMEs, and then, as you said, with the subsidy part, things get cleared up. It can build a market. It's setting up Krishi bazaars. Why doesn't it set up film bazaars on a regular basis so that audience is created?
That's a good thing. In fact, creating awareness into the audience is very important. And for Konkani movies, there are only two good places. One is ESC Inox and one is Ravindra Bhavan, Margam. Because whenever we put in some other theatre, it's all, you can run the movie, if it is not that good, the Inox people will only tell you if we are removing your movie. Okay? Because Konkani movies runs on word of mouth, as I said. They will be talked about, oh, this, are, yasha, bari, film, bari, okay. Now, what long, yeah, this and time, now, next week I will go. So it all happens that way. And in INOX, it cannot be running continuously. They will say, okay, move. Not all the films company would be at that standard. But of course, like same Bollywood, not all the Bollywood movies are at the standard. But then the same way, but they keep on running in their theaters, and they also come out of the theaters, after 2 weeks or 1 week. But we cannot afford to do that. Word of mouth, which happens, is go on movies, Konkani movies. So then they can run in ESG, maybe twice in a week. It is showcased there. Sometimes in Margaon, Ravindra Bhavan. So that's how it happens, So I feel practically this arrangement is more better. Now, if there are more better theaters, like Ravindra Bhavans are everywhere. Like Vasco, it is there. Vasco we had shows.
Yes.
Then Sankli has, but they don't have facilities of projection facilities. Okay, their own projection facilities. Sometimes we have to get our projector, but that costs huge for us. So nothing. In fact, it is a loss. So if they have something dual theater, like drama theater also and film screen theater also can be shown. Now I heard that there is some theater coming 600 seater coming in Kala Academy. Okay.
Yeah.
So that day I was sitting with Mr. Govind Gavde. So I requested him, why don't you make it in a dual thing? Okay, 600 movie theater also. So Konkani movies, our original movies can be showcased into that. So it will be great support for Konkani movies. So more and more audience will be able to watch it. So, but not only in the cities, we want to go into villages.
Villages, that's
we want
exactly
to go
what I was
into
talking about.
villages,
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, yeah. But then you need to have a facilities. So Ravindra Bhavans are built in several constituency. If it is, I think 40 or even 30 constituency, if he has, it will be better, because entertainment is the source of happiness for the human life.
I don't think the film directors, producers, I don't think it's impossible for them to do it. This has to be it has to be a policy and implementation. It has to be at the government level. It's not, this is not possible for you all to do. You all can produce good films and, unearth good actors, but this, I don't think.
It's basically creating facilities for the, I'm not talking about only the films. It's creating a facilities of cultural facilities in several. Why only in cities? Why
villages? Especially,
it should be only the cities. It should be the villages, deep villages, Usgaon, Chandor, all these things. Why not? Why not? We have our best talent. Actually, it is there. For anything. Actors, dancers, musicians, if they have a great platform or a great stage, it's something great to perform on the stage, right? Yes. It's something great, So if it has got a local theater and local stage, we were here. Myself, I have grown in pageant. So I think I have spent so much time in Kala Academy, rehearsing, we have been using theaters. That's how we developed. The same thing in villages, we have some great theaters. It can be a small theater. It can be around 300 capacity, no problem. So if it can have those performances stages, I think that would be more and more better artists will be developed.
Okay.
And of course, it's a happiness also. You need somebody has to take initiative about it. At the government level, some officer to be deployed or something like that, who is in charge of this type of spreading of culture, or how the facilities can reach to the, So it's not only several street plays are happening, the those constituencies and all. No, we need to have a proper theatre, and especially now need of the hour is also the AC theatre. People are getting more comforted and they can watch it comfortably. I'm again saying, not big theatres, only small. 250 is also enough. 300 is also enough. But and when you're making that, make that into dual thing. Where it can, there are projectors also there, and it can be watched. Stage performances also. I'm telling you, there will be more happiness among the people of Goa.
Rajesh Bab, but I totally agree with you. Hopefully the government will heed your call and move towards the villages, because that's where the audience is. We can see the nataks, the theaters. People come, people watch. And if better quality Konkani entertainment is there, obviously the culture also will flourish. More people will get involved, and it's a cycle. It can be a vicious circle. It can be a very prosperous cycle also. It can be either. It all depends on where it goes, where we move, and what policy the government. Yes, thank you, Rajesh Bab, and I wish you best of luck in your future endeavors, and keep watching Goa 365.